sit out here alone on the grass, the only place where I find true peace and stillness. Now I can get that in moments throughout the day, but out here it's just autonomic. Because I feel like it's just because our body settles, our mind settles, because this is our natural environment. This is where we're meant to be, not confined in four walls, getting hammered by our devices on our screens. And this is why we feel the most centered in nature, is because it's us. It's where we should be. All this booming technology, I mean, listen, it's great. I use AI for a lot of things, and I'm finding it very, very, very useful for me. If you can use it as a tool and not let it take over your life and outsource everything, and or anything internal, I think that's for you to do the work. These don't have an emotional body, so remember that. The thing I will say is silence and solitude is the best therapy. Now, I don't want people to misunderstand that and take it as I'm telling you to isolate yourself and lock yourself away from the world. No. This will happen organically. This will just happen naturally. You'll feel an inner pull to just want to be on your own, to just want to be in silence, just want to be alone. But it's not like you're trying to escape the world. More so just because you want to be alone with yourself, you want to be at peace with yourself, because you find the most peace when you're on your own. And if you can get to the point where you built a sanctuary within yourself, a home within yourself, where the foundations are strong, they are solid, not much in the external world can rock you and shake you anymore. And that comes down to there's a lot of the new age, it'll be healing. You just got to keep healing and heal your way to enlightenment. But that can just become another rabbit hole, because then if you're saying I need to heal, then you're labeling yourself like there's something wrong. So you're like self-diagnosing yourself with all these problems, trying to find out why you reacted to your partner in this certain environment and why it triggered you, because your mum didn't give you the love that you need when you were a child, and your dad left and he abandoned you, and that's why you react, and you can't stay in a relationship, so you always run away, and you can't commit because it triggers the abandonment in you, and all this stuff, these stories, because that's all they are. Listen, there's a pretty good chance, that is true. I'm not taking away anybody's experience in the past or trauma. It is real. It does have a physiological and a deep psychological effect on your life, your behavior, the way you see the world. I'm not taking that away. But in terms of bringing yourself back into the present moment, the only thing what actually exists, because if you remember, the future is simply a projection of your mind, and so is the past. When you're thinking about the future, where are you? You're here. When you're thinking about the past, where was you? You're still here. So understanding that, and you realize, right, I feel this certain way, I've acted or reacted this certain way in this what's the word? My mind's just gone. Under these specific circumstances, you have reacted this certain way. So you're the type of person you're reflective. So you're analysing your behaviour. You're trying to study yourself, because you're always trying to get better and heal and grow, which is a good trait, by the way. Just don't let it control your life. Like, sometimes just you got to take things as they are. Like, just accept things for what they are. Don't look at things on surface level. Like, the people who are deep and introspective, they want to just avoid surface level, and just everything has to be deep and philosophical. Everything has to have a deeper underlying reason and meaning. And yeah, you can go deep about anything. I could pick up this blade of grass and talk to you about for 60 minutes about why this is deeply connected. It's not just a blade of grass. Like, it is connected to the entire universe, and the fact that I picked it up at this moment at this time means that I am chosen, because I seen 444 on the car on the way here up here. This is meant to be. This is just a one-way ticket to insanity. So you've got to just take things as they are. Just look at things on face value a little bit more. Be a bit more surface level. Take everything with a pinch of salt. That's a better way to live. That feels more satiating for me, to not really think deep about anything. I mean, I'll psychoanalyze myself in certain situations, because yeah, I think that's a good trait to have. You're always going to develop and grow then, but don't spiral with it if you don't come to an exact conclusion, because you'll never know what triggered you. The only thing you can experience is that emotional reaction. You've got this feeling now. you can feel something, you feel a bit uncomfortable, you might feel anxious, you might feel scared, you might feel like you want to run and hide, and you might have all these feelings, but it doesn't mean, oh, what's done it, what's wrong with me? Instead, I'll give you the second option. Go hardcore and practicing self-regulation, so then it doesn't matter where the emotions come from, doesn't matter what emotion you're feeling. You now have a methodology and the tools in your tool bag to regulate on site, so you're not having to go all the way back to revisit the same thing that you're trying to evolve from. Instead, you're just dealing with the matter at hand, with what's in front of your face right now. You're looking, all right, this is how I'm feeling, let's to get the tool bag out. Because that's what you do if you were going to fix a job. If you was a builder, you don't say what caused it, the root cause. No, you go and fix the problem first, and then we can go and have a look at the root cause afterwards. I'm not going to let a pipe leak all over the floor. We need to leave the leaking pipe, let it leak, but we'll just go over here and try and figure out why it's leaking, where it's coming from. No. It's an emergency. You fix the pipe. It's here right now. It's not going anywhere. You got to go and fix the leaking pipe. And then once the leaking pipe's fixed and dealt with and it's settled, the job, the panic flushed over, then you go and try and diagnose where it's come from. Then you go to the root cause. And we do it backwards. We're questioning in our mind, ruminating, thinking, why am I doing this? What's like me? What's wrong with me? What's happened? All this rumination that we go through, trying to self-diagnose ourselves and then put labels on ourselves as to why we're feeling the way we are. And also, you got to realize, it goes a layer deeper, that your perspective on emotions is, you've labeled specific feelings, but that's not what they are. We've just been chosen to give them these labels and these names just to try and identify with the emotion. And this is where a lot of, I think it's quite a British thing, this, but we basically like identify as the emotion, not I'm feeling this way, I am feeling anger. We say I am angry or I am sad. When you say I am, then you are. If you say everyone's heard the manifestation, everything that says I am, even in scripture, it's like, who is he speaking to? Who was speaking to? God said I am, because I am the creator. So when you're saying I am sad, I am angry, I am, even just say them emotions to yourself and react, see how your body reacts. Keep saying I am angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Keep saying that and see if you have an emotional reaction. And what you'll find is, if you go through all the range of emotions, you'll find which ones get triggered easiest. So you find the ones that you activate the most, because they'll be the strongest response when you say it to yourself over and over. It comes on quite quick and you can feel it almost instantly. The ones that you don't use much, when you start to say, I am joyful, I am enlightened, I am blissful, if these emotions you don't feel a lot of the time, I am passionate, I am loving, I am strong, I am courageous. If these don't feel familiar, or you struggle to feel them emotions and you don't feel them a lot, it's because you're choosing to feel these other ones. The ones that don't really feel too good, the ones that don't feel too comfortable. So the less you can feel these and the more you can feel these, the better your experience in life is going to be, right? So how do we do that then? Once to go back to self-regulation, have some tools in your tool bag. Shorten the refractory period. The less you can spend in that survival mode, in fear, in doubt, in anxiety, in shame, in guilt, in fear. I've already said that. The less you can spend time in them, shorten the refractory period. Don't get rid of the triggers. This is where people go backwards, right? We've got these triggers, these things happening. Yeah, you can analyze in the background, but learn more on shortening that period you stay in that state. It's okay to feel angry, but just don't stay there for long. Have some tools, have some things you can be doing to counteract and react to that emotion, how to stabilize and ground that emotion. For me, it's always getting in my body. If I walk, if I run, if I shadow box, if I just literally get down, do press ups, go on a run, hit the bag, do some pad work, go and lift weights. I love all of these things. So I go and do that. I go and get in my body, even deep stretching and breath work. But I'm more of the intensive type. The energies come on to me, the strong. I feel things deeply. So I have to do something a little bit more vigorous to really shake the emotions off. But a lot of us will just reach for our phone and try and distract ourselves, or we'll take drugs, or we'll go off drinking, and there are default coping mechanisms. But over time, you have to learn to swap the negative ones and replace them with some good ones. You don't need to get rid of things. You need to, this is a lengthy process, because you've been running these habits for a long time. But the more you start and the more diligent and the more consistent you are, throughout time you will just phase these things out, and you'll have a new set of habits. And once they're encoded and they're hardwired, which takes time, so be patient, stay on the path, be consistent, it will keep getting better, I can promise you. Then the more you can hardwire these new habits, then the faster your life is going to upgrade, the faster you're going to excel. And this is why it takes time. It's a back-end compounding effect. All the work that you do, you don't get it instantly. There's a delay between your internal frequency changing and you growing and the external reacting. There's a time delay. There's always the cause and effect. You put the cause, which is the thought and the energy and the focus and the intention behind the action that you're doing, whatever you're trying to bring in. You put that energy out, but you have to be consistent in that frequency, consistent with that. You need to be like, you can't be getting pulled off all the time and, oh, to go out here for, oh, I'll just have a 2 week off here, and, oh yeah, they want me to go out, so yeah, I'm gonna go out on this night out. Then you know, you have got to be focused and stay locked on, and then eventually things will start catching up. That compound, all that time and energy, that focus you've put in, yeah, it might not pay it off now, but it will start catching up with you, I can promise. And by the time it gets here, you won't feel this heightened sense of, oh my God, yes. No, because you've already been feeling like that. So you've already embodied the manifestation of what you're trying to bring in anyway, because you've been carrying that frequency. So the external world should never be dictated. You should never dictate your emotional state based on what's going on in the external world, because like I've just told you, there's always a time delay anyway. You're creating this. So yeah, going back to the emotional regulation, the best thing you can do is learn some tools. I touched on one with the body. I've gone on a big loop there, a big digression, but I'm coming back. The body was amazing for me, the breath, getting into the breath. But I'll give you one little trick that I'll finish it on this, because this has been life-changing for me. And I trained this habit. It was subconscious. I've not intentionally tried to do it. It's just happened naturally. And that is having the awareness to spot when something triggers you. You can feel it in your body now. You have to be able to drop into your body and feel that emotion. Now, instead of going straight into the mind, because the energy goes in the body first and then it like comes to the mind, and then your thoughts, once you start ruminating about or trying to explain the way you feel, feeds that emotion, and that just grows and intensifies. The more you focus on it, the more bigger and bigger it gets, because you're giving it thought, power, energy. But there's a gap. There is a refractory period. I think that's the word. Between when you feel it in your body to when the thoughts start ruminating. And if you can catch that and take a breath, you can feel the emotion get triggered, and you can literally bring it back down. And I've been practicing this for probably a couple of years now, and it's just autonomic now. So every time I feel the trigger, that automatically goes off. I take that breath. Yeah, it doesn't always pull me down to where I want to go. Maybe I have to continue, but it stops that emotion getting intensifying so much. It's like it takes the weight off the punch, takes the sting off the punch a little bit, so you can ground yourself and work through that emotion. Like, I still get triggers all the time from the external environment, all the time. I'm just able now a lot better at just catching it and just bringing myself back into presence, breathing back into my body, back into doing what I'm doing, and start engaging my external environment, start feeling my hands on a steering wheel if I'm driving, or I was in a police car. Breathe, drive, focus, back into stillness. So yeah, right, I'm gonna leave it there, guys, for 15 minutes. If you want to know more, then download the free 7-day reset, which is below, link in the bio. You can get that for free down there. Have a look, check it out. If it's for you, download it, have a go, give it a bash. It's everything that I wish I had. Well, say even just 12 months from now, I wish I knew this knowledge and I had this in my back pocket. So yeah, check it out. If it's for you, download it. If not, then that's cool too. All right, guys, I love you and leave you. Peace, earth ones.